Hey guys, hey guys, Richard Fu here from The Ultimate Man and richardfu.com. And today, guys, I wanted to share something with you, something really important, something special to me, which is more about my story. Because I know I've been getting a lot of messages, I've been getting a lot of people asking me, tell me about you, Richard, tell me about your story. I don't know about your story and how you got to where you're at. And I've been hiding it, because I'll be honest with you guys, these questions come up and I've been thinking, what is my story? Who am I? Where's my background? There's so much to my story. Which part is the most important for me to share with people that will make sense and that will help people understand more? And today I want to share with you my identity crisis, which is the pivotal point, which is the whole story actually that I realized only recently when I was speaking to one of my awesome friends, Elise Ann, and we just really nutted it out and really helped me understand that this is my story. And so I'm going to tell you, if you don't know about me, then you can see that I'm clearly an Asian guy with a funny accent. So I'm an Australian born, Chinese heritage, but parents from Vietnam. So just to play it back here, Chinese blood with parents born in Vietnam who came over to Australia because of the war. Yeah, so as I talked to one of my other friends, Tayo Roxon, we basically what we call third culture kids. And TCK, for those that don't know who are playing along at home. So basically for me, guys, I grew up really struggling with a lot of huge identity crises. I'm Australian, I'm Vietnamese, I'm Chinese, I don't know what the hell I am, and I'm trying to be all three at once, and I'm trying to be able to find a way to just find my place in it, find my place in the world, find my place at school, find my place at university, find my place in a group of friends, and find my place in the world that we're in. And this is what blew my mind a lot, was that when I was growing up, I would try and hang out with, say, go hang out with the Chinese kids. The Chinese kids look at me and I don't speak Chinese. I don't speak Chinese, and they're like, "You're not Chinese." And then when they ask where my parents are from, and I say they're from Vietnam, and then they're like, "Oh, you're Vietnamese." And I'm like, "But no, dude, I have no blood in me, no Vietnamese blood, I'm Chinese." And like, "No, you're not Chinese because there's Vietnamese in you." So I get ostracized, right? I get isolated, I get cut out from there. Then there is the Vietnamese. I'll go hang out with the Vietnamese, and the Vietnamese look at me and they look at me funny and go, "You're not Vietnamese." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Look at you. You're too white to be Vietnamese." And on top of that, yeah, you speak Vietnamese, but we found out that you're actually Chinese. You're full Chinese. There's no Vietnamese in you. You don't belong with us. No way can we accept you. And so then I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm so confused. So then I'm cut out from the Vietnamese group. Then I go try and hang out with the Aussies. And clearly, I don't look anything like the typical Australian. No blonde hair, no beachy look, no awesome abs, whatever it is, blue eyes. The Aussies are like, "You're not Aussie, man. You're just Asian. You're just Asian." So, I try and find myself in all these groups. I try and become Chinese. I try and become more Vietnamese. I try and become more Australian. This is the whole journey of the last 20 years for me, guys, is that I've tried to pigeonhole myself in each of these groups, and most of all trying to be in all three groups at once. And what I realized was I was trying to please too many people, and so I always had this huge identity crisis, massive identity crisis of wondering, who am I? Like, am I Vietnamese, am I Chinese, or am I just Australian? Where am I? The Australians don't want to accept me, the Vietnamese don't want to accept me, the Chinese don't want to accept me, so where the hell do I belong? That's what really hurt me. And so for a while I just hit rock bottom. Like, clearly no one just wants to be with me, so I can easily say, screw it, I'm just going to be myself. But it took a long journey to get there. It was a lot of up and downs, and it wasn't all over like a few days. It took many years for me to sort this out, and from it I've realized that I had to step into really turning inside, stop looking for outside people to tell me I'm Vietnamese, to tell me I'm Chinese, to tell me I'm Australian, to tell me I'm Richard Fu. I had to stop looking outside, and I had to start looking inside, start coming inside out. Yeah, and then I had to really ask myself just one question. Just one question started all of this, started this so that I could be here. That one question was this. It's that, really, what makes Richard happy? Not who am I, what do I do, what do I stand for. It's what makes me happy. See, I started focusing on what makes Richard happy. And if you start focusing on what makes you happy the most in any moment, and what you know that can get you to becoming happier is the most important part of life, is the most important question you need to ask for yourself. Because so many times we're trying to depend on other people to make us happy, to make us feel loved, to make us feel enough, to make you feel worthy of yourself. But the truth is this: the only person that can do that is just you. And so I'm going to throw the question out there to you, is like, what makes you happy? And if you say socializing, if you say, Netflix, whatever, that's fine. But I want you to actually think about it and actually really consider, in any moment when you're feeling upset, what can you do to make yourself happier? What can you do that will make yourself happier? Because that's what I want to share here with you today, guys. So guys, that's my story. This is a tidbit of it. I'll share more over the coming episodes, but this is the most important one I want to share with you, because if you're suffering an identity crisis, if you're really confused with who you are and where you're at and where's your place in this world and where's your place in your world, hit me up. Just go over to richardfu.com or find me on Facebook and shoot me a message and we can chat, and I'm going to show you how to walk through your identity crisis, to ride through the wave, so that you can then become more of who you really are and just really tap into it and continually tapping into it, rather than putting on a mask and showing up for everyone else. Because you deserve to start showing up for who you really are. So guys, there's Richard. I want to say, go out there, go live with love, guys, go smash it, and I'll see you again on the next one. Thanks, bye. Hey guys. Whoa, this thing's pointing at me, poking crap out of me. This hurts. Ow, stabbing at me. Yeah, microphone. Anyway, because this is what I believe. This is what I learned today, is everyone really wants to help everyone else. Everyone really will do everything they can to help another person. And that's what I saw yesterday, and that's what I see again today as we launch this